Hey guys, this is Chris Thomas. Welcome to Live With. This time we are live with Brooke Miller, and the whole subject of today's story is I am unemployable. For those of you that know my story, you know I am unemployable. I started my first company at 17 years old, have never worked for someone my entire life. I found multi-level marketing at 20 years old, and it changed my life. Brooke Miller, thanks so much for being on the call. Welcome to, I guess, the Nuyugen Live With.
That's great. Thanks, Chris. I really appreciate it.
So you started on the product 33 days ago. Take me through that journey if you don't mind.
Yeah, 33 days ago today, including today. So what had happened is the story kind of starts a long time ago when I was pregnant with my first child. I got my first autoimmune disease. This was back in 95. And when I got really super sick with her, and I became unemployable, and I started my first MLM company then too. So fast forward, I got fibromyalgia. I started having signs of all kinds of other autoimmune diseases, and I kept doing things thinking that I was going to get better. And I tried different things. I went to all the doctors. I did everything. But last year just happened to be an extremely stressful year for me, hugely stressful. And what happened was after a certain period of intense stress, I just broke apart. I broke apart. When I say that, Chris, I mean I was unable to function. I could barely get out of bed. If I could get out of bed, I could just barely get down the stairs to the couch. And that was pretty much my life. Every day was that. And I was trying to work, but I couldn't because my brain was not working. And I had some friends up in Canada who said, you know, we found out about this product that's going to be coming out. We don't know exactly when, but, you know, you might want to look at the studies and it of medicine and natural healing. I went, well, okay, when it's available, I will definitely try it. So I was fortunate enough to be one of the first 100 people to get a bottle of this stuff. And I decided that I wanted to see if there were going to be any results for myself. And I started filming from the day that I got the bottle until today, which is day 33. And I went from a person who could barely function at all. I couldn't remember my name sometimes. I couldn't remember words. I couldn't speak in complete sentences. I had to crawl up the stairs. I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing, some of the things that I was doing just to survive. But now I have so much energy. I'm running circles around my husband. I can't even sit at my computer for very long because my body's like, we gotta go. We gotta do something. It's exciting. And I feel better than I have in decades. Absolutely. Decades.
You and I know how important it is to tell a story in a way that helps people understand we are not trying to cure, treat, prevent any disease. We are just trying to make we are trying to share a story, a real 100% story. We're not trying to convince anybody of anything. I think that's really important. As a matter of fact, Brooke, you've led the way with that. You and I have talked a lot about this, about what can be said and what shouldn't be said in a testimonial. And all of us have these tremendous testimonials. We're seeing it now all over the world, all over the United States and Canada in particular. Do me a favor, and I know that the company has already put out a list of 5 things that are categories that you can talk about. Maybe you could, if you wouldn't mind, let's hit those 5 points. Just mention what those 5 are, and then we'll talk about them.
Sure. So these are things that we are legally able to say because the clinical trials behind the product have actually proven this. Okay. So the first thing is boost your vital energy. Well, you know, here we are. It's pretty boosted, you know. The second thing is provide better sleep. You know, Chris, you know that if you don't sleep well, you can't heal, you can't feel good, you can't think good, nothing, you know? So provide better sleep is the second one. The third one is to enhance your mental clarity and focus. So for me, that meant all of the brain fog that I had from the autoimmune disease and from fibromyalgia has just dissipated. It's just kind of evaporated, you know? The fourth thing is improve your emotional outlook. And I can tell you, when you're feeling bad and you're in pain and your body's hurting and you can't do what you want to do, your emotional outlook gets bad and depression sets in. And that's one of the first things that the doctors always ask you when you go in and you have chronic disease. Are you depressed? It's like, well, yeah, I'm depressed. I can't move. I can't live. I can't do what I'm supposed to do. So improving your emotional outlook, definitely. That's number 4. And then number 5, increasing your stamina. And, you know, I am a testimony to that 1,000%, because I could not walk from one room to the other without having to rest. And now I'm like having to rediscover how to live again, how to be active again, and how to do things again. It's awesome. It's fantastic.
Now, your husband has not used the product in 33 days. You've used it. He's obviously, and everybody else has seen a tremendous difference in you, but he has not used it. What's that like?
Well, so my husband is a marathon racer and a bike racer, and he's always been fit his whole life. Okay, and you know he's strong and he has great energy. But now I am running circles around him. He goes to bed, and I cannot go to bed at the same time because I have got to do something. My brain is working, my body's not tired, and you know after the first few days of laying there, like not being able to sleep, I was like, I'm sorry, honey, but I'm going to have to go to bed when I'm tired, which is not now.
That's fantastic. So how is he excited about getting on the product? I know a lot of couples, when they first try a product like this, usually the husband or the wife will try it first. Now you get
Right.
on the product. What is his thoughts about the company, the product, everything, your results? What's he think about everything?
Well, first of all, the product, I have to tell you, he wasn't too excited to try for himself because he's always had good health. You know, he's always been strong. But now seeing my energy levels and my ability to cope with stress, you know, I just can let it roll off of me. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't get inside me. And he's looking at that and he's going, I could use some of that. But what's really exciting to him is, you know, he's a business mind guy, right? He's like, black or white, numbers tell the truth. This is the way it is. He took a look at the compensation plan and he was like, holy cow. Not only is this a product that actually works, but the compensation plan is amazing. Honey, we need to do this. This needs to be an actual business. You need to be able to take this for the rest of your life. Like, okay.
Well, my wife and I were so serious about this opportunity when we saw the comp plan. And obviously I had an experience with this formula, 80% of this formula back in 1993 to 1995. I knew 100% what the kind of results I was going to get. I was not even in question. I was in question of, are they going to be able to deliver this to the marketplace? That's what I was in question about. Are you going to actually deliver the original formula that was studied for 70 years with all of the studies and all of the doctors, or are you going to add something to it? And they chose to go with the original formula. And then myself and my wife made the decision that I was going to, we live part of the time outside the country. And we made the decision that I was going to come to the United States in our house in the US in Florida, and we were going to build here. And we were going to open up Nuyugen, and we were going to build because we believed 100% in the opportunity. But when I looked at the comp plan, I knew for the first time, anybody, not just me, not just you, not just an experienced networker, anybody with the love of the product and a work ethic could literally build a part-time income from their home, earning anywhere between $300 and $3,000 a week.
Yes.
Entirely up to them.
Yeah.
We're not making any claims. These are statements of reality. People are doing the things we're already talking about. Please take a look at this. What impressed me most was the fact that they had a great product, they had a great comp plan, but most companies always fall short on the next two pieces. Those next two pieces are policies and procedures and guarantee. And if you don't have a good policies and procedures, that is the contract between the distributor force and the company, then you have a failed car. Your car has a wheel that doesn't work, because if the company doesn't have a contract where they believe in you and it's fair to both the distributors and the corporation, then it's not going to last long term. If it's not a policies and procedures designed for the 2018 MLM rules, then it's not going to hold water. And the second thing is having that guarantee. I love the way you talk about this 60-day money back guarantee, where you describe it as 30 days of use, 30 days to get it back. I just think that's fantastic.